Goodbye, Jumbo. So, one of the most anticipated vehicles from the World War II Chronicles event, this is the Lorraine 155 MLE50, a rank 3 battle rating 4.3 vehicle with an 155mm howitzer on the chassis. However, this thing is not without its drawbacks. As you can see, it is quite a large vehicle from its side-on profile here, and despite it being extremely mobile and only having a mass of 30 tons with a max speed of 60 kilometers an hour, its biggest drawback isn't the fact that it has really a high mobile speed, it's the fact that it has, that's right, vertical guidance, 0 degrees of gun depression. Not great. I suppose you could call this a really happy tank. Now, aside from the primary gun here, you've got one position for a 20mm cannon with 250 rounds, which is okay for destroying various light targets. Cover me, I'm going in. The fuck, there's German tanks in front of me. There was German tank in front of me. How does that make you feel, Sonny Jim? But just generally doesn't really have the elevation to actually take out aircraft effectively when you really need it the most. In terms of armour, it really doesn't have much, and this is what it shares with the some of the other French light tanks. But considering that it is not the tank destroyer variant, they've removed all hints of armour in favour of mobility. The idea being that once you fire this thing, you move away from the area that you fired and reappear somewhere else. It's only got 30mm of armour at most on the front plates and on the rolled homogeneous armour. On the sides, however, it is non-existent, 20mm, 20mm, and on the top it's even worse at being 10mm thick. So any aircraft that comes into strafe you will most likely knock out all your crew. Speaking of crew, they're kind of spread around. However, if you do get your crew taken out, they're quite easy to shoot out because there's this big open section here where all the crew sit. So, you know, if you get someone behind you, you're pretty much done. The only really protected crew position, I'd say, is the driver, but even then, with the armour on this vehicle, I don't see that happening anytime soon. In terms of modifications, this thing is equipped with 2 various shell types. One of them is going to be your go-to, and, well, the other one is just a smoke shell. But let's take a look at the M107 here, because it only has 53mm of penetration across all ranges, which, might not seem a lot, but when you see the explosive mass of this thing, each shell weighs 41 kilograms and has an explosive mass of 6.2 kilos. When detonated on a target. But the reload time on this thing is atrocious. I'm still reloading, this is going to be a while. So I guess this vehicle's okay unless you're looking for some crippling depression, because this vehicle really ain't got none. Problem is I can't de-elevate my gun. So it is stuck. I wish they had introduced the, you know, even 4 or 5 degrees would have been nice. Ah, there's a corner. Hard drift. Running in the 90s. I've just seen what's just arrived over. Oh my god, there's a flying tank! Holy shit! Camouflage.
Please don't push me off the bridge.
Would you like? Okay, you want to get pushed?
Don't be so pushy.
I have 3,000 subscribers. No. I'm gonna do what I want.
Orange demonetized.
Demonetized, yeah. was that? Some sort of retarded whale mixed with a seal?
It was an attempt at clapping, so yes.
It's a squale.
Run away! Ah! Big scary boom boom things shooting me. The Lorraine 155, definitely a bunch of fun if you're supported by some team members, or definitely good if you just want to go out and have some fun by yourself. It's great at going and running in and capping the cap circles before the enemies can reach them, but its armor is lacking and the gun depression is its major de-elevating factor, so to speak, pun intended there. The 20mm cannon on the top can get taken out pretty easily, as that guy doesn't really have much protection, as it's just an open back artillery piece. Nevertheless, it's handy to take out Hellcats and various things and basically spray down the enemies. So, is this vehicle for you? Well, it's really up to you. Do you really like a fast tank that can go in and capture points really quickly, that is a premium, that has hardly any armor, but is decently mobile? Throw that up there. It doesn't have any armor whatsoever, and every single module can be absolutely demolished even by machine gun fire, and you'll find that your worst enemy isn't necessarily tanks, more so machine guns on enemy P-47s and various other fighters, so keep that in mind too. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on the vehicle. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I would have gone into more depth about this thing, but you know what? I think this video has gotten the general concept out and, you know, out there. But I hope this gives you a general idea of what this vehicle is like. It lacks anti-air protection, it has no armor whatsoever, it's decently mobile, the gun is okay but hard when penetrating various very armoured targets like KVs, ISs, Tigers, etc, etc. But with the 53mm of penetration, it's really only decent at one-shotting those lightly armoured vehicles, unless you get a critical on some of the other vehicles side on. I've had no issues one-shotting T-34s, no issues with Panzer IVs, absolutely none with any form of Hellcat, but then again, they're extremely lightly armed. Also, don't expect the next video to be War Thunder. I have done a video every single day this week, and I'm quite enjoying it. So, that may continue for another couple of days as a sort of experiment to see how well the channel does. Also, big thank you to the patrons who support this channel. Without them, I don't think I would be alive currently. It's thanks to them that I'm able to constantly try and seek out full-time work. So if you want to toss me $1, link in the description. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what other vehicles I should try and have a look at. Anyway guys, I thank you very much for watching. My name is Ash, and I'll catch you in the next one.